Again, don't worry about my writing from the other problem on the background. Sorry about that. Again, we're solving for our variable. We're solving for x. This one I see I have parentheses for the distributive property, and I have multiple variables, multiple integers. I'm going to need to combine like terms, and I'm going to need to do the distributive property. Wait, no. I've only got that one there. That's going to multiply. Just the distributive property here. This one's not too bad then. But if we did have both, remember you got to do the distributive property before you can combine those like terms, in case you forgot. So if I'm combining my like terms, again, that means, distributive property. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me back up. So when I'm doing the distributive property, that means I need to multiply, because there's parentheses, this 5 times everything inside of my parentheses. So that 5 times x gives me 5x. 5 times a positive 1 is going to give me a positive 5. Then I got to make sure I bring everything else down. So I keep my minus 9x equals 53. Now I need to combine my like terms of my numbers with my variables. I have a 5x and I have a negative 9x. This 5 in the middle, there's no variable there. I can't combine it with those other two because they are not like terms. They are not like terms. So if I think about this like algebra tiles, I have a positive 5x. There's my positive 5. And then I have a negative 9. Remember, these longs represent x's. And we've talked about how a positive and a negative make a zero pair. So these eliminate each other. These eliminate. I keep on eliminating until there's only one color left. I see I have 4 negative x's left. So that means 5x minus 9x gives me a negative 4x. I keep my plus 5, and I keep my 53. Now I can go through and do my SAD meg. I can protect my coefficient, my variable. I need to eliminate that constant first. The inverse of adding 5 is to subtract 5 from both sides. I bring down my negative 4x. 53 minus 5 gives me 48. So I have negative 4x equals negative 48, or positive 48, excuse me. Side by side means multiply. So the inverse is to divide both sides by negative 4. Don't forget that negative. A lot of us had the right number, but the wrong sign. We should get that x is equal to a negative 12 here. X is equal to a negative 12 there. There's a lot of work for this problem. There's a lot of steps. But if you can show us what you're doing, if you can show us the math, that's really going to help you out in the long run too. I want to real quick, I forgot to show you guys with the other problems, how to check this on your calculator. Because it's a huge help for us to be able to see if we got it right or wrong. So I'm going to write down the steps to check, okay? So for me to check in the calculator, the first thing you need to do, remember, is say your answer or type in the answer. So for this problem, I'm going to type in x equals negative 12. So on my calculator, I'm going to tell it, let's move me to. I'm going to tell it that x equals 12. If you don't have a keyboard, click that ABC button and you'll see your variables there. So I want x equals, and back to the 12, negative 12, excuse me. X equals negative 12. And I hit return. Then the second thing I need to type in there is what I started with. So in this problem, I started with all of this stuff up top. I need to type all of that into my calculator. So I started with 5 parentheses, x plus 1, close parentheses, minus 9x. I typed just that piece in my calculator. So 5 parentheses, x plus 1, close parentheses, minus 9x. The third thing you need to see is check. Check if the calculator answer matches the original answer. Check to see if your calculator answer matches your original answer. So on my calculator, I see my original, or my number should be 53. And if I go up to what I started with, I see I started with 53. So we got this correct. That's a really good test taking strategy. If you're not too sure about the steps, try your best, check your answer. If that didn't work, try changing what x equals. If I've got this all typed in already, if I check to see, does x equal positive 12? I see my answer for my equation is 43, but 43 doesn't match 53. If I say that x equals this negative 52 divided by 4, there I get a positive 57. That doesn't match. That doesn't match my 53. So please, please, please take the time to use this calculator. It is so helpful to make sure that you get your answer right. No shame in the calculator game. Let us know if you have questions. Otherwise, good luck with your summative.